Welcome. If you are listening to this right now, I want you to stop everything else you are doing. Just for a moment, pause. It is not a random algorithm that brought you here. In the vast chaotic ocean of the internet, you found this specific frequency, or rather, this frequency found you. In the realm of deep psychology and spiritual law, there are no accidents, only resonances. If this title spoke to you, it is because a part of your deep suck, the part that knows your true potential, is knocking on the door of your conscious mind. You have entered, perhaps without fully realizing it yet, into creator mode. But what does it actually mean to be in creator mode? To understand this, we must first look at the state in which 99% of the world operates, consumer mode, or reactor mode. Imagine for a moment that life is a movie theater. In consumer mode, you are sitting in the middle of the audience. The lights are out. You are staring at the giant screen. The movie is playing, and it is intense. There is drama. There is tragedy. There are jump scares. When a sad scene plays, you cry. When a frightening scene plays, your heart races. When the protagonist who is supposed to be you gets hurt, you feel the pain. You are completely identified with the screen. You believe that the movie is happening to you. You feel powerless to change the plot. You are just enduring it, hoping for a happy ending but fearing the worst. Creator mode is a radical shift in perspective. It is the moment you suddenly realize, wait a minute, I am not just the person in the seat. You stand up, you walk past the confused audience, you climb the stairs to the projection booth. You look out the small window and see the audience reacting, screaming, laughing below. But up here, in the booth, it's quiet. You look at the projector. You realize the light hitting the screen is coming from here. You realize the film reel is in your hands. Entering creator mode means accepting a terrifying and liberating truth. You are the projectionist. The reality you experience out there is largely a projection of what is happening in here. In your mind, in your beliefs, in your energy field. This transition is not easy. In fact, it can be uncomfortable. Why? Because as long as you are in the audience, you can blame the director. You can blame the bad writing. You can blame the other actors, your boss, your partner, the economy, the government. You can say, look what they did to me. But when you step into the projection booth, blame becomes obsolete. If the picture on the screen is blurry, it's because your lens is dirty. If the story is repetitive, it's because you keep playing the same reel. This is the price of freedom, radical responsibility. Think about your average day. How much of it is spent in reaction? The alarm goes off, you react with grogginess and dread. You check your phone, you react to a text message with anxiety. You read the news, you react with anger. You get stuck in traffic, you react with frustration. This is living on defense. This is being a pinball in a machine, bounced around by bumpers and paddles that you don't control. Creator mode is the act of stopping the ball. It is the ability to pause between the stimulus and the response. In that pause, there is a space. And in that space lies your power. A creator does not just react, a creator responds with intention. A creator wakes up and decides the emotional tone of the day before checking the world outside. A creator understands that their attention is not just a flashlight, it is a laser beam that cuts reality into shape. Why are you feeling this shift now? Perhaps you have felt a growing sense of dissatisfaction. Not depression, but a sort of holy restlessness. The old distractions don't work anymore. The gossip bores you. The mindless entertainment feels empty. You might feel isolated, as if you are speaking a different language than your friends or family. Do not be afraid of this. This void you feel is necessary. You are outgrowing your old skin. The universe is stripping away who you thought you were so that you can become who you actually are. We are taught from childhood to look outside for validation, for instructions, for permission. We are trained to be good employees, good followers, good consumers. But the spark inside you is rebelling against that programming. You are beginning to understand that you are not here to fill a slot in someone else's machine. You are here to build your own engine. Let's talk about energy. In consumer mode, your energy is constantly leaking out. Every time you get triggered by a comment online, you leak energy. Every time you worry about a future that hasn't happened, you leak energy. You are like a bucket full of holes, trying to carry water. No wonder you feel exhausted. No wonder you feel like you can't manifest the changes you want. You don't have enough power left in the tank. Creator mode requires you to plug those holes. It requires energy sovereignty. It means you become stingy with your attention. You start to view your energy as currency, the most expensive currency on earth. You wouldn't walk down the street throwing money at everyone who shouts at you, would you? So why do you throw your peace of mind at every distraction that pops up? Entering this mode is an act of reclaiming your mind. It is deciding that your internal state is more important than external circumstances. Because here is the secret that the projectionist knows. The external circumstances are just the delayed echo of your past internal states. If you want to change the movie on the screen, you don't scream at the screen. You don't try to scrub the image off the canvas. You change the film reel in the booth. You change the frequency inside. This video is the beginning of that training. We are going to move beyond positive thinking cliches. This isn't about ignoring reality. It's about overriding the default code. It is about understanding that you are a powerful electromagnetic generator. I want you to make a small commitment right now. If you feel a resonance with these words, if you feel a yes rising in your chest, hit the like button. Do it not for the metrics, but as a physical anchor. By taking that small action, you are telling your subconscious mind, I am listening, I am accepting this role. You are signaling to the universe that you are ready to stop being a character in the background and start being the lead writer. In the next part of this video, we are going to go deeper into the practical tools. We will discuss how to identify the specific scripts that have been running your life on autopilot. We will talk about the concept of the shadow, the parts of yourself you have rejected, and how reintegrating them is the key to unlocking massive amounts of creative energy. We will explore how to use your emotions not as reactions, but as guidance systems and fuel for creation. You have the wheel now. The road ahead is open, but it requires your full presence. Are you ready to drive? Now that you have stepped into the projection booth, we must understand the mechanics of the machine. How exactly does your internal state become your external reality? It is not magic, it is resonance, it is psychology meeting physics. Think of your mind as a highly sophisticated radio receiver. The universe is filled with infinite frequencies, infinite possibilities. There is a version of reality where you are thriving, confident, and abundant. There is also a version where you are miserable, broke, and fearful. Both exist simultaneously in the quantum field as potential, but you can only experience the station you are tuned into. In consumer mode, your dial is rusted. It is stuck on the station your parents listen to, the station your society listens to, or the station of your past traumas. You hear the same sad songs, the same bad news, day after day, and you think, this is just how the world is. No, that is just how the frequency you are tuned to sounds. Entering creator mode is the act of grabbing that rusty dial and turning it with force. It is the conscious decision to tune into a new frequency before you hear the music. And this is the tricky part where most people fail. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. The creator says, I must believe it to see it. You must emit the signal of the reality you want to inhabit before that reality can reflect back to you. Let's bring this down to earth with a concrete example. Imagine you have a difficult meeting scheduled at work, or a confrontation with a family member. The consumer spends the days leading up to it rehearsing the argument in the shower. You visualize the conflict. You feel the anger rising in your chest. You think of sharp comebacks. You are literally programming your nervous system for war. You are sending out a signal of hostility. When you walk into that room, what happens? You get a war. The other person feels your tension and reacts defensively. The reality confirms your bias. You say, see, I knew they were difficult. The creator approaches this differently. The creator notices the fear but does not identify with it. Instead, you visualize the outcome you desire. You rehearse peace. You imagine walking in with calm authority. You imagine a solution that benefits everyone. You generate the feeling of relief now, before the event happens. You walk into the room carrying a frequency of resolution. Often, the other person unconsciously picking up on your state will soften, the conversation shifts, the timeline changes. You have literally bent reality by changing your broadcast. But here is a critical concept you must master. The time lag. Reality is dense. Matter is slow. Thoughts are instant. But physical manifestation is heavy. When you first step into creator mode and start changing your internal film reel, the external screen might not change instantly. You might decide, I am abundance, and then get an unexpected bill the next day. You might decide, I am love, and then have a fight with your partner. The consumer sees this and says, this doesn't work. I'm giving up. The creator understands the echo effect. Imagine you are steering a massive cruise ship. You turn the wheel sharply to the right. Does the ship turn instantly? No, it continues moving forward for a while due to momentum before it begins to arc. The bad things happening in your life right now are the momentum of your past thoughts and vibrations. They are the old movie finishing its reel. When you see these old patterns crop up, do not be discouraged, do not react. See them as residue. See them as the old you leaving the building. Smile at the unexpected bill and say, this is the old Mez creation. I am paying it off, but I am no longer creating this. This attitude of non-attachment to the current chaos is your superpower. It proves you are no longer swayed by appearances. Furthermore, as you enter this mode, you will encounter resistance. This is a psychological law, homeostasis. Your ego wants to keep you safe. And to the ego, safe means familiar, even if familiar means miserable. When you start to expand, your subconscious might panic. You might feel sudden fatigue, doubt, or imposter syndrome. Recognize this resistance as a sign of growth. It is the friction of the butterfly breaking the chrysalis. If you weren't pushing against boundaries, you wouldn't feel the pressure. So, when the doubt whispers, who do you think you are to want more? You answer, I am the one writing the story now. Let's look at your language. Words are spells. That is why it is called spelling. In consumer mode, your language is passive and descriptive of problems. I'm so tired I can't afford that. This always happens to me. These are commands to your subconscious mind. Your mind is a dutiful servant. It will work tirelessly to make sure those statements remain true. In creator mode, your language becomes intentional. You stop describing the dirt and start describing the castle you are building. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about selecting the truth you want to amplify. Instead of "I can't afford it," try "How can I generate the resources for this?" One closes the door. The other opens a window of possibility. I want to ask you a question that might be uncomfortable. What is the story you tell yourself about why you haven't achieved your dreams yet? Is it "I'm too old"? "I don't have the education"? "My family holds me back"? Write that story down in your mind. Look at it. That story is the cage. You built it. And because you built it, you can dismantle it. The bars are made of nothing but solidified beliefs. There is a powerful psychological concept called confirmation bias. Your brain is designed to filter out 99% of reality and only let in what matches your existing beliefs. If you believe the world is hostile, your reticular activating system, a network of neurons in your brainstem, will literally highlight every rude person, every frown, every threat, and it will blind you to the smiles, the opportunities, and the kindness. By shifting into creator mode, you are reprogramming this filter. You are giving your brain a new mission. Show me the opportunities. Show me the growth. Show me the abundance. And slowly, surely, you will start to see doors opening where there were only walls before. The doors were always there. You just weren't tuned to see them. This creates a positive feedback loop. You take control of your attention greater than you change your energy. Your perception shifts. You take different actions greater than reality responds, greater than your belief is strengthened. This is the spiral of ascension. But it starts with the first step, breaking the addiction to the old self. In the final part of this video, we will synthesize everything into a concrete step-by-step strategy. I will give you a daily protocol, a creator routine that you can use to anchor this state every single morning. We will talk about how to protect your energy field from vampires and distractions, and how to seal your intentions so that nothing can shake you from your path. The theory is useless without the practice. You have the map. Now let's learn how to walk the territory. We have arrived at the final threshold. We have explored the shift from consumer to creator. We have dissected the mechanics of frequency, resonance, and the delay between your internal state and external reality. Now we must ground this high-flying philosophy into the pavement of your daily life. Theory without practice is merely intellectual entertainment. If you do not change your habits, you do not change your life, period. To truly inhabit creator mode, you need a protocol. You need a system that overrides the biological and societal programming that tries to pull you back into the sleep of the consumer. Here is your blueprint, the creator's routine. Step 1. The morning sovereign hour. The battle for your reality is won or lost in the first 20 minutes of the day. In consumer mode, the first thing you do is reach for your phone. You open social media, email, or the news. Instantly, you are downloading other people's priorities, other people's fears, and other people's agendas into your brain. You are starting your day in reaction. You are giving your power away before you've even brushed your teeth. The creator does not do this. The creator wakes up and protects their mind like a fortress. For the first 30 to 60 minutes, no phone, no input. This is your time to output. This is when you set the frequency for the next 14 hours. Instead of scrolling, you sit in silence. You visualize the day ahead, not as a series of chores, but as a series of victories. You ask yourself, who do I intend to be today? What is the primary emotion I want to embody? If you want to feel peaceful, you generate that peace now. If you want to feel confident, you stand in a posture of confidence now. You script your reality before the world has a chance to interrupt you. Step 2. The mental diet. You are careful about what you feed your body because you know that junk food creates disease. But what about your mind? Most people consume mental junk food all day long. Gossip, fear-mongering news, violent entertainment, toxic arguments. This poisons your subconscious. It lowers your frequency. Creator mode requires a strict mental diet. You must become the guardian of your gates. If a conversation turns to complaining and victimhood, you have two choices. Change the subject or leave the conversation. You are not being rude. You are protecting your asset. You cannot build a skyscraper if you are using rotten wood. Similarly, you cannot build a magnificent life if your mind is filled with a rod of negativity. This doesn't mean you ignore the world's problems. It means you choose to focus on solutions. It means you curate your feed, your friends, and your environment to support your vision, not tear it down. Step 3. The midday recalibration. Life will happen. You will get a stressful email. Someone will cut you off in traffic. The old you, the consumer, will want to take the wheel and react with anger or anxiety. This is natural. The creator expects this. That is why you set a midday recalibration. Set an alarm on your phone for noon or 2 p.m. When it goes off, stop. Take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, am I in creator mode or reactor mode right now? If you find you have drifted into stress, catch yourself. Do not judge yourself. Just say, I am resetting now. Recenter your energy. Remember, you can start your day over at any given moment. You don't have to wait for tomorrow morning. You can reboot the system right now. Step 4. The evening review. Before you sleep, your brain enters a theta state, a hypnotic state where your subconscious is wide open. The consumer watches TV until they pass out, programming their dreams with commercials and drama. The creator uses this time for the review. Look back at your day. Where did you lose your power? Where did you succumb to fear? Observe it without judgment, simply as data for improvement. And this is the key: rewrite the scene in your imagination. If you had a fight with your partner, reimagine the scene as if you had responded with patience and love. This technique, often used by high-performance athletes and mystics alike, actually alters the neural pathways associated with the memory. You go to sleep feeling successful, not defeated. You plant the seeds of tomorrow's success in the soil of tonight's sleep, the ultimate vision. Why do this? Why put in all this effort? Is it just to get a better car, a bigger house, or a new relationship? Those things are nice, and you will likely attract them, but they are just the side effects. The real purpose of entering creator mode is the evolution of your soul. It is about discovering who you really are when you strip away the fear. It is about becoming a beacon of light in a world that is often addicted to darkness. When you operate in creator mode, you give permission to everyone around you to do the same. When you refuse to be a victim, you show your children, your friends, and your colleagues that they have power too. You become a walking testament to the potential of the human spirit. You are here to create something that only you can create. There is a song, a business, a book, a family culture, a vibe that is unique to your energetic signature. If you stay in consumer mode, that contribution dies with you. That is the ultimate tragedy. Not failure, but the failure to ever try. The path is not a straight line. You will fall. You will have days where you feel like the victim again. That is okay. Progress is not perfection. Progress is resilience. The difference between the master and the novice is not that the master never falls, it's that the master gets up faster. So, here is my challenge to you. Do not let this video be just another thing you watched. Do not let this be just another dopamine hit that fades in an hour. Make this the turning point. Commit to the creator's routine for just 7 days. 1 week. Wake up and own your morning. Watch your mental diet. Recalibrate at noon. Review at night. Just 7 days. Test it. Treat it like a scientific experiment. See how your reality shifts. See how the coincidences start to line up. See how you feel when you look in the mirror. You have the power you always have. The door to the projection booth is open. The chair is waiting for you. The script is blank. What are you going to write? If you are ready to accept this challenge, if you are ready to claim your sovereignty, I want you to leave a comment below. Write, "I am a creator." Declare it to the public. Declare it to yourself. Let that comment be your contract with the universe. Subscribe to this channel if you want to continue this journey of self-mastery. We are building a community of architects, not observers. Share this video with one person who you know needs to hear this, someone who has forgotten their power. Help them remember. Go forth and create. The world is waiting for your signal.